Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Melinda Hart. You are watching Stamping with Hart. I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin Up, and I am here to kick off the September to December mini holiday catalog from Stampin Up. That is the mouthful. This is lovingly known as the holiday catalog. And we are going to be looking through the catalog together. It is very sunny outside, and I can see it is affecting my lighting on the table. So I'm going to try to counter that. We're going to play with that in just a minute. But anyway, as you are coming on, be sure to say hi if you're watching live. You can say hi even in the replay. So the way that you will know that I am live is there will be a red box that says live in the upper corner of the screen. So if it doesn't say live in that little red box, then that means that it's the replay. Okay. So yesterday I did a test to see if I could multi-stream, meaning that I could actually be live on my Facebook page and also my YouTube channel simultaneously. And the test went really well. So I am hoping that that is the case for today's catalog walkthrough, that everything goes smoothly. So if you get a chance to leave me a comment, let me know if you can hear me okay. I always appreciate that. And then we will go ahead and get started. So I'm having a weird hair day. I keep putting not my headphones. I keep putting my sunglasses and propping up my hair, and then I forget that they're in there. So anyway, welcome. Okay, so excited to finally open the catalog and go through that with you today. But I am actually going to start with a few updates, and we're going to jump over to the website and talk about a few things there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is right now in the comments, I am going to put my host code link. So my September host code shop link will be listed in the comments section if you need it. And then in the replay, I'll make sure it's in the description as well. I also have it pinned to my Facebook page, and it's also listed on my blog. So it's in a lot of different places. If you're on my email list, it was emailed to you. Okay, so yes, and then I'll pop it up on the screen here too. And we'll go ahead and we'll talk about some things. So let me see if I can get this going. So this is the September host code. And let me just talk about this for 1 minute. So on catalog launch days, everybody is really excited, putting in their orders early. You guys were already up putting in your early. You were up as early as I was. And I was up at 3 a.m. So if your order is under $150 before tax, use the host code that I have listed down there. If your order is over $150, don't use the host code, because you will earn host code rewards that you can actually use right as you're closing out your own order, your own online order. So under 150, use the host code and you'll get a free gift from me, a free embellishment next month. I send them out the month after. And then if you spend over 150, just make sure you don't use the host code, and that way you'll get your own host code rewards. Okay, because once you hit 150, you start earning those rewards, and it would be a better offer for you to do it that way if you know your order is going to be over 150 in sales. Okay, so there's a lot going on. There's already updates. As a matter of fact, I jumped onto the inventory status report like literally right before I was supposed to go live, because everything's just been changing as we go. So let me just tell you a few things that have recently gone on back order today. Now, we're going to go through this catalog. I'm going to show you everything that is available, but just to start off the live, let me go over the few things that are right now are on back order. So probably the most popular thing is the All About Autumn Designer Series paper, and I'll be showing that to you. I'm seeing a comment, so let me just jump over there. Good morning, Judith. How are you doing? Thank you so much for being live with me. So the All About Autumn Designer Series paper is back ordered until September 11th, and that's actually not too bad. That's just next week, and they always tell us the week of, but they typically come back into stock on Tuesdays, or at least when I'm checking updates, that's when I tend to see it. So we'll just keep an eye out for that. There are a few things that are going to be coming back into stock on September 11th. But there are some other things that went on back order this morning when the catalog launched that I just want to go over with you guys quickly. So the Glow in the Dark 6x6 specialty paper, that went on back order and will be available the week of October 2nd. The star adhesive trinkets, which I'll be showing you all of this in the catalog, so we'll go over it again, but just want to shout these out right in the beginning. They're the ones that are part of the Oh Holy Night suite. Those will be back in stock on the week of September 25th. We have a combo pack of ribbon that is with the autumn suite. And right now it's listing that won't be back in stock until October 23rd. So we'll circle back around to that. Now, this could change at any time. Just think of this as being fluid, right? But we'll just continue to check on it as we go. The other thing that did go on to back order this morning was the Shining Brightly specialty paper. So there are things that just right out of the gate just kind of started back ordering. So I'll just be checking throughout the day. And if you have any questions, you can check in and let me know that as well. Now, I want to go over to the website because in addition to our catalog launch, they also did something called special release papers is what they called that, special release papers. And let me just see if I have any of that written down. Oh, okay. So All About Autumn Designer Series paper back ordered until the week of September 11th. Them Bones, it's specifically the Bag of Bones dies, also back ordered until the week of September 11th. And the Oh Holy Night, it's the hybrid embossing folder. I have to look up what the actual name of it is. That has been listed as on back order until the week of October 2nd. So those were the other updates that I just forgot to mention right there. So that is what is currently showing on the inventory status report. Okay. So let me see if I can go over here and show you just real quickly on the website where you can find the things that aren't listed in the catalog. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can share here. And then we are going to page through our catalog. I just want to jump onto the website for a minute here. I think it's this one. Okay, so hopefully you can see that. And you can see it's scrolling. So one of the things that was released today is the Christmas Everywhere kit. Of course, our brand new catalog went live. So when you go to the website, it will, it's kind of like on this rotation of all the newest things. There's a free virtual event that Stampin' Up is doing for Card Making Day on October 7th. You can check that out. But specifically what I'm looking at right now, there's also a give back, a making a difference thing that you can check out as well. It's for a really good cause. But what I want to show you right now is the special release section. So this goes under technically, let me see if I can switch this out. This goes under online exclusives, meaning that it is not going to be published in the catalog. These are online exclusives only. And yes, you guys can see that paper. So that's great. All right. So you can see here, there were 5 papers that were released, and these are while supplies last, meaning if these sell out quickly, they're not coming back, or they typically don't come back, but just want to put that out there. Okay. So Traditions of St. Nick, for anybody who is interested in that St. Nicholas bundle that we're going to be going through in the catalog, this paper coordinates with that. So this is one of the 5 papers that was just released this morning. Shining Christmas. This is a specialty designer series paper pack that was also just released today. Of course, this kit that I was just mentioning, but that's separate from the papers. It is also classified as an online exclusive. At least it's categorized here that way. And then we have Delightful Floral. This is a special designer series paper that was just released today. And this coordinates with the Translucent Florals bundle. And then Silver and Gold. This is adhesive backed glimmer paper. This I cannot wait to try this myself. So this is, I think, going to be really popular, but we'll see what happens. And then for those of you who are getting ready and gearing up for fall right now, definitely take notice of this. And I apologize if I'm mispronouncing it. The Tartan Foil 12 by 12 Specialty Designer Series paper. So you can shop the online exclusives, or you can click that link where it shows you about special release papers. And those are the 5 paper packs that were just released, a combination of our regular DSP and then also specialty paper. So I just wanted to shout that out. Now, if you want to, go over on the menu, look at the specials. If you're interested in joining, if you have a list that's a mile long, consider joining, because you can get the discount when you join. So the join offer is you choose $125 worth of product. It's only $99 before tax, and you get free shipping on that. So it's a great way to get $26 in product savings. It's a great way to get those items on your kit. And then once you're a demonstrator, you can get 20% off your orders. So that's another good thing to consider while we're over here. But I think that's all I wanted to go over with this list. So I think I can stop the share now. Just wanted to make sure that you are aware of that. So stop. Great. All right. So that's pretty much it. What we can do is actually dive in now. I have my drink. I have been up since 3 o'clock this morning. So my son woke up really, really early, and yeah, it's been interesting, but I was able to get my order in really early. So it's always fun on catalog launch day, right? So let's go ahead down to the table, and we are going to start looking through our catalog now. Let me see if I can switch this over. All right. And then I just want to check. I'm not used to using this yet. And hopefully you guys are seeing me on YouTube. Yeah, Judith commented on YouTube, so that's great. And I want this view. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. I'm sorry about this harsh light right here. Let's see if we can do this. So we finally get to open the catalog today. The other thing that I wanted to mention before I dive in is that I do have a paper share that I currently have registration open for. Now, just depending on what happens with inventory, it may affect the timeline of the paper share, but it's open until September 10th, or if a paper sells out or something like that, I may have to close it early. So if you would like more information on this, send me a message and I can send you information on the paper share. For those of you who are already either, checking out registration, if you had seen a sold out only, a sold out sign, that was an error and I have since fixed that. But if anything or any issues come up, just let me know. So I'll put that over here. And then let's go ahead and walk through this catalog. Okay. Oh my goodness. So let's go ahead and dive into this. I have a package that's actually on the way that hasn't arrived yet, but I do have some of this here that I can show you today. So one thing that I wanted to go over right here on the beginning part of the catalog, it's on page 4. And by the way, let me just fix this with the banner. Just want to put this up. They usually ask us to do this. If I can find it, here it is. Okay, so anytime you're looking at catalog images from, a Stampin' Up catalog, they have right down here that it's copywritten inside the catalog, but I just wanted to mention that as well. Okay, and then let's see if I can pop up that host code again. Well, I can always bring the host code back up later. And of course, it is in the comments as well. But this paper, A Walk in the Forest 12 by 12 paper, is actually part of the Making a Difference. So basically what it says is they'll donate $3 to support organizations dedicated to spreading cheer and providing support to those in need. And that's what you can click on the website to find out more about that. So that's just a good thing to know about this designer series paper. All right, and this mentions our online exclusives. And now we can go ahead and jump right into the walkthrough. So we're starting with our first suite here. This is called Merry, Bold, and Bright on page 8. Now, this is one that I have not gotten yet. And I would love to hear your opinions on this as to what you think of this paper. So this is more of a bright color combination for Christmas. So really, really cute theme with the lights and all of this. So just in case you're new here or in case you've never shopped with a catalog before, let me just go over a few points. You can purchase the entire suite, meaning all of the items that are listed on this page are included in this item number at this price point. You can also purchase things in a bundle or individually, and you can find that information right over here to the side. Okay, so if you have any questions about that, you can let me know. So one thing that can happen, and we'll talk about this in just a few minutes, but if one of the items in a suite goes on back order, then the suite isn't available to order because one of those items is missing. But that doesn't mean you can't get any of it. And I'll go over that in just a minute. But really, really love how playful this is. We have the foil sheets here, which you can see that they have used on these cards, which is so cool. Let me see if I can hold this up just a little bit closer. But absolutely love the samples on this. If you love those vintage light bulbs, I think that you're absolutely going to love this suite. And let's see, I have another comment here. So let me just check that while. Hello, Roberta. And she says, in the United States, the $3 is going to Toys for Tots. So that is good to know. Thank you so much. And thank you for being here, Roberta. So, all right, there we go. And then this is my page. So we're going to talk about this for a minute. You can see over here, there are all of these little gems that are all throughout the catalog. Sometimes you just need to clarify what you're looking at. So let me actually start with this page. So on this page, we are looking at the St. Nicholas bundle. And those online exclusive papers that we just talked about coordinate with this bundle. Okay, so if you're looking for the bundle item number and price, it's right here. And if you purchase the bundle option, you save 10%. All right, anything that you see that is like in a bold white means it has a coordinating die. So it's just kind of like a quick way to see what that looks like. I absolutely love, love, love this bundle. I actually own it, and I did get a chance to make a card really quickly with it, but I wanted to show their samples. And then all throughout the catalog, you're going to see little hints and clues like this as to how the designers who created these samples did what they did. And so here you can see the blending brush, and you can see how it almost has this sort of ombre shading to it. And that shows how that background was created. So just all of these fun little nuggets that you're going to find in the catalog. The other thing that it's saying is that these St. Nicholas dies actually will fit and coordinate with your mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So that is good to know. Even though some of these dies are large, they're narrow, which means that they will still fit through your mini. And I think that that's important to note. Now over here, what you're seeing on this page is a couple of things. So they're showing you the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine if you want to do your die cutting. They happen to have this tree set, which isn't on this page. It's actually on the next page. So I just wanted to mention that. But for those of you who are absolutely loving this, where you're seeing the cutout bricks and you're seeing the stockings, this is from the St. Nicholas bundle. Okay, so this Merry Christmas, the Christmas season, that is from St. Nicholas. But these trees are not. Okay, that's on the next page. So I just wanted to clarify that. Now, in terms of showing you the card that I made with this set, let me just show you what this looks like, because it can be hard to see this in the catalog. And I didn't get to do this for everything, but for the things that I did get to do this for, we will go through this together. So here is the card that I made so far, just one with the St. Nicholas bundle. I do not have the special papers yet, but I'll just quickly walk through what I did use. Okay, so I used my Stampin' Blends to color our Santa here. And I used a combination of Real Red and Cherry Cobbler. This is Cherry Cobbler cardstock behind him. And then I used the deckled rectangles to trim this out. This embossing folder is it's coming up in the autumn suite, so I'll show that to you. It's just dressed something, but I can't remember specifically what it's called. So I just used that with our gold foil sheets, and look at how stunning that is. I thought that looked so classic, like those old-fashioned, like sort of tin ceilings that you would see for anybody who appreciates vintage. This was stamped in Cherry Cobbler, and then I just took our Old Olive Stampin' Blend and added a little bit of color to Christmas season. But there are a lot of things I think that we're going to be able to do with this. Can you imagine heat embossing this? So beautiful. But so much character in this. And then I just used these little, I can't remember what those are called, but those are from the annual catalog. And then this is an online exclusive ribbon, which I hadn't really had a chance to use yet. This online ribbon is called Dotted Ribbon, and that's what that looks like. So if you're shopping online exclusive papers today, just wanted to shout that out. So that's the card sample that I had a chance to make for this. But this is what the bundle looks like. So it's pretty big. Let me get you a measurement. Now, Santa is over on my other table, but I can still get you a measurement about how big he is. So even though he fits through the mini, it's just because he's long and thin. But it looks like it's just under 4 inches. So it's a pretty big stamp in terms of Santa. He pretty much takes up a lot of space there. And we could always measure it here too. Now here is just a quick look at the dies. And there is one piece that I cut into, this one, that I didn't get a chance to cut into this piece of cardstock before I put this. It's like a decorative design. I had it on my table here somewhere, but you know me, I lose everything. Here it is. Okay, so it's going to be hard to see. So let me try to back it with some white. Can you see? So this actually, you can pop that out, or you could leave the pattern in place, like the design pattern in place. This is what it looks like popped out. This is what it looks like if you leave it in, but really beautiful. So this cuts into cardstock. It does not cut out. So just one thing I wanted to mention there. But there are actually 21 dies in the St. Nicholas bundle. And I really wanted to mention that. I wanted to kind of stress that to you because I have to admit, even though I absolutely adored this because I like this type of artwork. I love that Victorian era style and vintage element. I was so thrilled to see this in the catalog. I had no idea how many dies were in here. So you can build scenes with your dies. You can create a fireplace. You could do like snow topped on a chimney if you would want to. This is actually a mailbox. This is like a sack of toys. Here you can see, you know, you can string the, oh my goodness, the stockings across the, you know, if you're going to create like a fireplace or, you know, because this could actually go above the fireplace as like the top of a, I guess I can't think of the word that I want to say, but fireplace is what I'll just keep repeating. And so here we have bricks that will either cut in or cut out. So the bricks actually cut out, but this is what the piece looks like that's cut in. So you can see that on one of the samples here, right down here, the way that that cuts in. So I just wanted to mention that. And then there's all these little dots. It cuts out 6 dots. So you can either use this for like a line pattern, or you can use these little dots on a build-a-wreath. So you can build up a wreath. There are even logs and a fire for that fireplace. And I know it can be hard to tell, but I just had to mention that because as I was cutting these out, I was like, look at all the character to this. So really just a lot going on there that I wanted to mention. But that is St. Nicholas. I absolutely adore this bundle. And as soon as I get the papers, I'll be happy to show those to you. And I see Peggy. Hello, Peggy. She says, I can't wait any longer to get busy making cards with many of these new stamp sets and dies. Yes, Peggy. Oh my gosh. I know. It is going to be so much fun. So let's go to the next page. Now here is that set that features these layering trees that you see on page 10. It's actually this bundle on page 12 that's called Merriest Trees. I think this is probably going to be one of the most versatile in the entire mini catalog in terms of the holiday season. So definitely one to keep on your radar. You're going to be seeing this 10% bundled savings throughout for any new bundles that are listed here. You can say that 10%. But if you just want to buy the items individually, just the stamps, you can see that item number there. And then if you'd want to buy the dies separately for some reason, you could do that there because you can build like full trees with the dies. Okay, and then on this page, how cute is this? Oh my gosh, I wish I would have gotten this one. I have not gotten this one yet. So this one is called Festive and Fun. I think that Connor would, my son is 7. He'll be 8 actually really soon. And I think that he would adore this. So if you have kids who would really appreciate it, and even if it's just being a kid at heart, anybody who really loves certain animals or characters, how precious is that? So absolutely love this, but look at what they did with these samples. So one thing that I had to show, so there, again, little hidden things here. So I want to mention this. You see this tiny Christmas trees die? That is a full background that die cuts out these little sort of modern looking trees that I think could very easily be missed. So if you like making shakers, it cuts out all these adorable little trees. And if you like having cool backgrounds, and you can see that they backed it with that foil, the Granny Apple Green foil from Merry and Bright. That's so cute. And then here, which you might not notice, I mean, we can see this adorable tag with this stamp set, right? But they actually added lines to this treat bag to make it look more Christmassy with the Stampin' Blends. And I think that that's fabulous. And then this is the Pebbled Path textured ribbon. So for those of you who've been doing In Color Club and you have this ribbon, what a great idea for that. And they mixed it with the gold twine. I can't remember if it's specifically called twine. I think it might have a different name, but just to let you know. So, and then of course here, I love when they layer the white on white. That's something I almost never do, but I just think it's so cute. Roberta's saying that she just ordered the Merriest Tree bundle. That is awesome. I was just talking to Roberta this morning. We were talking about getting our orders in and what we got. And it's so exciting. It's such an exciting day. Oh, holy night. Okay, so here we can start talking a little bit about back ordered things. But before we do, can we just take a minute and look at how stunning this is? I'm not the least bit surprised that this has gone on back order. So this is just a look at some of their samples. Okay. Now this sweet number that you're looking at right here, this is temporarily back ordered until the week of October 2nd. And that's because some of the elements to this are now also on back order. But there are still some things that you could get if you would want them. But I mean, I actually really love how they centered this star over the sentiment, like, and use that, all that wording as a background piece. I thought that was genius. This is so classic. I just think this is so beautiful. And then if you're looking for those 3D projects, they really just did such an amazing job. But as we get over to this page, which is page 15, you can see this is a pretty big suite. So once you start breaking this down, there are things that you can get now and then things that are temporarily on back order. So if you can't get the whole suite, you can still get other items as long as they're still available. So you can see up here, they actually have 2 different bundle options. So the first one is Night Divine bundle, and I believe this one is still available. Okay. This is Stars at Night bundle, and it's the hybrid embossing folder that is on back order until the week of October 2nd. And I don't know if you can tell from this image, but you can either just emboss or you can coordinate and lay dies right inside your embossing folder and cut and emboss at the same time. So that's pretty clever. People are obviously really loving that. The other thing that has back ordered are the star trinkets, the adhesive back star trinkets. And these are actually coming back right before the bundle is. So this one will be back on the week of September 25th. So you can still get this ribbon. This is the Night of Navy gold glittered ribbon. Absolutely stunning. Shining Brightly, the specialty paper. This is back ordered until I think it's September 11th. And then here is the Oh Holy Night Designer Series paper, and this is still available. So you can still get some of these pieces if you don't want to wait, and you can get those now. The color combination is absolutely fabulous. So just in case you're new to our catalogs, down here, they always list those key colors so that if you want to stock up on the coordinating card stock for the cards or the projects you're making this season, you can do that really quickly, which I love that. Okay, coordinating colors is like one of my top things. I'm pretty sure most people feel that way. Now on the next 2 pages, when they have a really big bundle like this, they'll usually lay this out a little bit larger so that you can get a better look at the wording, the fonts. Again, these pieces that are in white means that they have coordinating die cuts. So this is a really great guide, but just chock full of ideas. I mean, look at all of these projects. If you like to make handmade ornaments, how beautiful is this? So you can see there's 1, 2, 3 different ornament ideas there. So beautiful. And then of course, more card ideas too. I just love this. I think they cut that out of the designer series paper, but I would have to look. And then of course they have, some more little sort of sneaky ideas and suggestions there. Now, here is something that I wanted to shout out for anybody who has the fishing bundle, the Gone Fishing. This is actually that die. So that rounded edge, that outer die, and then this sort of sectioned thing here, that's actually from the Gone Fishing dies. And they coordinated it with this rocking horse set. Isn't that fabulous? So I just wanted to show this to you. I thought that those were some of the cutest samples, and you could just see the little teddy bear sitting on the shelf with the blocks. We have some instruments here. So much detail. And if you love coloring, how fabulous would it be to color this? I didn't get this one yet. It's so hard to choose. But so there's your bundle option down there. And then here, for anybody who got Lace Shops or the Let's Go Shopping bundle from our annual catalog, this is a coordinating item. So this one is called Shop the Town. This stamp set, you can actually use those dies from Let's Go Shopping, and it will also cut out these pieces. So it'll be really cool and mix and matchable if that is something that you want to do. Now, for anybody who is doing lots of embellishing, consider the Metallic Enamel Effects Basics. You get 3 of them. We have 2 different sets now. We have a metallics set, and then we also have a set that has black, white, and red. So you could choose which one that you would want, but they're just suggesting that. And you can see on this tree, instead of coloring the trees, what they did was they did the enamel effects dots as the ornaments on the tree. And it really stands out there. I think that's a much better way to see that and to look at that. And then they use those trinkets as toppers from Oh Holy Night. So that's really cool too. Okay, so that's that one. Now this one, I personally just have a love of trees. Anytime there is a tree stamp set bundle, and there's lots of them in this catalog, I just love them. So this one is called Forever Forest. So for anybody who likes to work with nature scenes, maybe you want to be more than just one season, maybe you want this to be multi-season. This could work for you. This is also a great coordinating set, meaning this will mix and match back with many other things. So one of the samples from St. Nicholas actually features these trees in the background. So you can do the bundle option, and the bundle option will actually cut out individual trees as well as cutting out the stamped trees that they have here. And they've done some really stunning backgrounds here, just really beautiful. And that little the little mountain die right there. Look at what they did with that and with the blending brush and with the layers there. So almost using it like a layering stencil that's a really great idea too. Okay, so this one are these really big standout sentiments for the front of your cards. I love what they did here. It almost looks striped. Like typically you would see this in like an ombre, but they actually did like a striped pattern. So I think they did that. I'm not sure, but I think they did that with our Stampin' Write markers. But look at all of the layering on that. Is that fabulous? And they're shouting out over here the handcrafted elements dies. So just pay attention to those little side bits that you're seeing here with the catalog. But if you like to have those large, bold phrases, that's what you would get here with Joy to You. And that's on page 21. I think this is going to be a fan favorite. I think this is going to be a favorite for everybody. So this one is called the Berry Christmas Suite. And as far as I know, this whole suite is actually still available right now. And of course, it is only launch day, and we're paying close attention. But as far as I know, these are available. And for those of you who make handmade gifts, if you're a baker, look at what they did with this cookie box. Is that the cutest thing? I mean, that is just the best idea. So absolutely love that. So here's our samples. And then here we can sort of break this down. So this particular bundle, instead of dies, we have a bear punch. And this bear punch will also work with the A Walk in the Forest brown bear as well. So kind of double duty there. And then here we have our Snowflake Sky 3D embossing folder. So if you get the suite, you're going to get all of the elements that are shown here. And then if you want to break these up and purchase these individually, of course you can. Now this suite also has the memories and more going for it. So if you are a memory keeper, if you like doing the albums, journaling, things like that are really, really fast crafting. A lot of these are printed pieces that you could use for your scrapbooking, journaling, whatever it is that you do in terms of making your handmade cards and gifts this holiday. Look at that paper. Is that paper stunning? And then this ribbon, I should mention, has like a velvety feel to it. So that's pretty cool too. Balmy blue sparkle ribbon. But on here, it looks velvety, but I guess it's more sparkle. I wish I had it to show you. Hello, Joan. How are you? So happy to have you here. All right, so here you can get a better look at the stamp and the punch. And then here you can get a really good look at the memories and more, where they've layered in a photo. You can see somebody journaling and making a little note on these cards. So lots of ideas there. And then this set, I just think is such a fabulous set, something to keep in mind here. So for this one, it's called Gift of Giving. And there are 1, 2, 3, it says five cling stamps, but these are big. So you can see here, they've decorated the front of, these are our 2023-2025 in color treat bags. This is boho blue, and they've just folded these over and added a little bit of ribbon. This is our scalloped contour dies and just stamped it right into the center. This one is not colored. This one is. Look at all of the character. And then if you really want to step it up. So what they're showing you is from very simple to stepped up, and then to really going crazy. They have the distressed embossing folder here that they actually inked and added an additional layer here, which is really, really cool. And that dotted paper, I believe, is also our in color paper. Not in color, I'm sorry. The one with balmy blue. Is that... It's balmy blue. That's not the subtles paper. And that was from our annual catalog. Okay. This one I absolutely love. So you guys can tell me what you think of this too. These are two really interesting pages that we have here. So this is called Winter Owls. And I think it is just absolutely the samples that sell it here. I mean, look at this. That is a treat box. Then we have these two fabulous cards. I just think it's so stunning. So for those of you who want to do maybe winter, or not even winter, I mean, you could probably do other seasons with these owls, although anybody who knows specifically that they're winter owls, I don't know what kind of owls these are, if that's their actual name or not. I'm not the best when it comes to nature things, but I do think you could make this more than one season. And I do think that you could do some fun things with these wings and not necessarily need the whole owl, but really, really clever. And I think it could be more winter than holiday. And then here they're showing you some other ideas here. We have the Fragrant Forest cling stamp. So this is like a background stamp. And then you can see they've inked it with 3 different greens there, which is so cool. And then we have Graceful Deer. So this is a distinctive artwork set. And again, this is another cling set. Look, that is pretty fabulous. So really, really cool. Love those. Really unique. All right. And then Joy of Christmas. So when I very first got this catalog, demonstrators have had their catalog for about a month now. This was the suite that I fell in love with. And this is the suite that I really wanted to coordinate with St. Nick before I found out it had its own paper. So I think Joy of Christmas really hits on all of those traditional Christmas colors and elements and, some of those sort of iconic images that we're going for here. Now, again, this is large. So this is a larger suite. There are 2 different bundles that you can choose from here. Joy of Noel or Christmas Classics. One thing that I did want to point out is these loose holly gems and sequins. Is that so fabulous? So for those of you who do like shakers or you like these fun loose elements, I think that's going to be really cool. Now this ribbon, for anybody who isn't familiar, we came out with a ribbon that looks exactly like this. The only difference is that this one is very vanilla instead of a white base. So this one has a little bit more of like a country feel to it, but still very similar. I can't remember if it's the exact same size, the width or not, but just something to keep in mind. So that's part of this suite. And then we have this Joyful Specialty Designer Series paper, as well as the Joy of Christmas Designer Series paper. And as far as I know, right now, all of this is actually available. This is what I have in the box that's supposed to be delivered today. Down here, they have this little tip that you can actually color this ribbon with your Stampin' Blends and turn it into whatever color you'd want to. So that's one of the great things about having like a white or a very vanilla base. But I just think that this one in particular, the Christmas Classics bundle, is so stunning. I can't wait to use that with just about everything. I mean, look at the way that it creates these layers. Just beautiful. And so here you can get a closer look at the Joy of Noel stamp set. And then over here, it shows you the Christmas Classics. So let me just hold that up. And you can see that those things that are in white have coordinating dies there. But this one I thought was just one of the most simplest cards in the catalog. And I just think it's so beautiful. So you guys will have to let me know what you think. Or if you have any favorites, just shout them out. But I believe this is just the stamped pine, where they have the die cut pine as well. So I think this is just stamped in several different greens. And I think it's so beautiful. And then here is a shaker card. So if you're looking for those ideas, really, really great shaker where they have a combination of the stamping and the die cutting. And it's not a traditional shaker because they've cut out the holly leaves. And then they still have all of that imagery over top. I think that is so cool. So I love that shaker idea. This was one of my favorites too. I really love these two. Just me personally. Okay, so how are we doing with time? We're doing okay. I'm talking a lot. That's all right. So here we have Sending Cheer. So for those of you who really love this type of artwork or the gingerbread, I mean, how perfect is the envelope? Open Me. That is so cute. You can see some great samples here. And then over on this one, we have Jolly Words. And again, in terms of it being an individual stamp set, that you could coordinate with other things, I just think that those are so fabulous. And then here we have the Christmas Tidings embossing folder. So just something to shout out here. If you like that imagery, the combination of like words and images, but they're going in all directions, that is a really cool embossing folder in the background there. And they're showing you that they actually colored these images with the watercolor pencils. And it doesn't look like they used much water on that, but maybe just a little bit here and there. So just something to keep in mind that you can color with those too, if you like the watercolor pencils. Now, Radiant Light, really, really pretty. You can see here, there's a lot of catalog samples that they have for these. Love the way that they did the bow background on this one. I always look for that when I'm looking at cards. I don't know if you guys have anything specific that you look for, but warmest wishes, may your joy be bright. That's really nice. Wishing you a happy Christmas. So I think over in England that they say Happy Christmas and not Merry. And here we have the Wishes All Around bundle, which every time you go through a catalog, there's always one or two sets that don't really stand out. And then when you go through it again later, you notice it. And that's what's happening to me with this one. I didn't really notice this one that much, but it is a play on wreaths, it looks like. And then this is some of the in color twine in wild wheat. So just something to shout out there that they're using in conjunction with that. But yeah, lots of different wreath ideas here. And you can see a little bit in the dies. It's hard because the dies are small on these pages, but you can get a better look at these in the back. All right, Winter Meadow is one of those things that's on low inventory. I'm not sure what specifically is on low inventory. I just saw it at the last minute before I jumped onto this live. So just something to be aware of. Absolutely love this winter color combination. You can see this is definitely not traditional Christmas. This is really more true winter with some soft pastels even with it, which I think is really nice. But I love the combination of Moody Mauve, Smoky Slate, Lost Lagoon, and Misty Moonlight. I just think that that's such a fabulous color combination. I'm not surprised that this is already popular. Okay, and then here you can get a better look at that imagery. It's so beautiful. Okay, for those of you who love winter and snowflakes, we have the Sparkling Snowflakes bundle. And again, we have a punch as part of this bundle option here. Here we have something really clever, which is called Above It All. And this is one of those little, I don't even know what to call it. I don't think they have it listed here either, but the scenery on the dies on this is really incredible. You can see there's a lot of dies down here. You can check out the dies if you want to see it in more detail on page 67. But those little cars on the cable car, is that right? A little cable car, like if you're skiing or if you're sightseeing in the mountains. So that's cute. I love this. I absolutely love, love, love this. So this is the nested treat boxes. They have these decorated up for Christmas, but you could use these for so many things. You could use these for fall. You could use these for Halloween. You could use these for Thanksgiving. I absolutely love this. So they're food safe. And they're 2.5 by 2.5 by 2.5. So just to give you a sense of what it can hold. And then we also have Precious Pine Cones. So this is what they call a reversibles stamp set. So I never really use the reversibles option if I have that particular stamp set. But if you do, let me know. I would love to hear from you. Now, here is the one that is just wildly, wildly popular. And I think it also is because of the timing, but it is a really stunning suite. So this is on page 42. And let me see if I can hold this up, okay, so that you guys can see these samples really well. And I have the paper here and the ribbon, and I can show those items to you while we're kind of talking about this. And you can see how they have all of these die cut leaves and all these different shapes and sizes here and different papers. I absolutely love that. So this is the All About Autumn Suite collection. And then over here on this page, let's talk about what's available and what's not. Okay. Hi, Xana. How are you doing? Oh, she says it's afternoon in a rather warm UK. Welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. It's pretty warm here too, actually, over in the States. I'm in Pennsylvania, and it's been pretty hot. We've been dealing with like 90-degree days, and I know other areas have been even hotter. Okay, so as of right now, the Autumn Leaves bundle is still available. As of right now, the adhesive back speckled dots, I think, are still available, and I love these. the copper and natural ribbon combo pack, which I'll show you guys in just a second. This one is back ordered until the week of October 23rd. This is the Distressed Tile 3D embossing folder. So that's the embossing folder that I used on this card. Okay, that is still available. The Oxidized Copper Specialty Designer Series paper, still available. The All About Autumn Designer Series paper, this is back ordered until September 11th. So just 1 week behind. So that one's not too bad. The only one that concerns me is this ribbon pack here. Okay. So while we're talking about this, let me get these items out and show them to you. And we can look at these together. Okay. So I'm going to start with the Designer Series paper, actually, just so that you can get a look at this. So these are already cut to 6x6 size. And then on the other side, we have a foil detail element on these papers. And so you get 4 of each sheet. Now, for those of you who really enjoyed the one horse open sleigh, this is a very similar concept where we have almost like this photo real paper. And it's really, really textured and beautiful. And then our color combinations for this one here, let me see if I can skip ahead to the next pattern. I should have done that ahead of time. Oh, here, sorry, I'm in a different direction. Our coordinating colors are just right here: Copper Clay, Mossy Meadow, Pretty Peacock, Moody Mauve, Very Vanilla, and Copper Foil. So here you can see that copper detailing, although it's reading gold on screen here. All right, and then here we have this fabulous wood grain. Anytime they do a wood grain, I absolutely love it. Here is a Moody Mauve pattern with that foil printing. Love, love, love. Oh my gosh, I can't wait until we can actually see the fall trees. That is going to be so amazing. We have a few things that are starting to turn, but it's still mostly green. Okay, so there's that one. And then we have this. Look at how beautiful this one is. And this has that same sort of feel as the embossing folder. It doesn't look like the same exact pattern, but it definitely has that vibe where it's almost like a tile. And then we have these adorable pumpkins. Oh my gosh, I love this. I know Xana loves it too. It is so, Xana says they're not used to the hot weather. I imagine that's true, although I don't really get to think about, being overseas. But yeah, I'm not a fan of 90-degree heat. I don't know about you guys. That's when I would rather be in the air conditioning. So here we have this. So anybody who has that owl set with the stacked books, I feel like I need to do a card with that, with this one. And then here's the reverse side. So you can see the way that those layer. Just so beautiful. And then we have the fall leaves right here. Isn't that great? And then more Moody Mauve, which is like my favorite in color. I have my whole life, I have Moody Mauve and everything. I wore my fancy green sweater today, not that you guys can tell, for launch day. And then we have this, what do we call that? Like tuft. Let me know what, there's a name for that. But we have that sort of leather chair look. And then we have this pattern here with the foiling. And then this is so beautiful. Everybody probably wants 50 of these. This is the greatest picture to have for a card. It just frames in whatever you do perfectly. All right. And then here's our last one, which is more books. And they look very like tattered and everything on the edges, like an actual library. And I just think that's so incredible. I love everything about this suite. It's no wonder it is so popular. So those are the papers. All right. That's the Designer Series paper. Now let me show you the oxidized paper. That'll be back September 11th. I apologize for the noise if that's picking up very loudly. All right, so here is our oxidized copper paper, and they did a lot of die cutting with this, die cutting the leaves And I should have the diagram in there of the die cut pieces too. So this is just one-sided because it is that specialty element here. And then we have two in what looks like pretty peacock to me, but it's reading really blue on screen. It looks a little bit more teal-ish to me in person. And then we have this one here, which I should be able to look at the sheet and it will tell me. But oh my gosh, that is just so beautiful. No wonder they cut so many leaves with it. All right, so that is the specialty oxidized copper paper that comes as part of this suite. And then what did I just do with that sheet here? Let me see if I can get you the colors. There's 4 sheets in that, and it is copper and pretty peacock, it looks like, is what they have listed there. Okay, and then this actually is not part of the suite, but I threw it in there because it's all that fall vibe. All right, so here's the ribbon. So let me show you this. This is the copper and natural ribbon combo pack. I was going to open up registration for my fall class, my autumn card class, and I don't know if I can put it up as is because I don't think I'm going to have this in time. So I might have to change a few things. I might have to tweak it. I know it's intense, but look at how beautiful that ribbon is. Nice and wide. Let's see if there's a measurement on it, or I can get you a measurement on it. What should I do with my ruler? All right, so 1 inch. That is 1 inch wide. And then here is the copper ribbon, and this has so much shine to it. Trying not to cut it. Okay. And so hopefully you can see that ribbon. Is that just so beautiful? And this one is a 1/4 inch. So if you're layering these two together and you're doing like a layered ribbon look, that's what that would look like. Just so beautiful. Okay. And then if you want to see what the dies look like, I'll get out the embellishments in just a minute. But this is the variety that we actually have with the dies. So here you can see we have these patterns that cut into paper. So they don't cut out. They just create this line dotted pattern. And then these are all of the pieces that cut out. And it's a combination of cutting individual leaves where you don't have to worry about having a coordinating stamp. And then we have the ones that do coordinate with stamps. And the fact that they give us like these veins for the leaves really just adds, it just heightens the element of it. So I'm sorry I don't have a finished project to show you with this yet, but absolutely stunning. And then here is the stamp set. Okay, and this was a $1 Million Achiever design stamp set. But I don't know who did that. It shows the little thing down here. So if you guys know who designed that, you'll have to let me know. Oh, here it is. Amy Conders, and I hope I'm saying her last name right. So I do have to issue a disclaimer that like only 1% of demonstrators ever achieve that milestone. But she, as a perk of hitting that milestone, she was able to design a set, and I am so grateful to her because I love this. Okay, and now here are the adhesive back speckled dots, and the colors on this are not listed, but very vanilla, copper clay it looks like, moody mauve, and I would say old olive, or mossy meadow maybe. And then they have, and hopefully you guys are seeing that okay, but they have like a speckled decorative look to them. Like they have like a glitter look to them as well. So really, really love those. Okay, and then I can put this away. Let me set this aside. I'm going to leave those stencils out. We can go over that in just a minute. So I'll move this. But that is the All About Autumn suite. Okay. All right. So here you can see in a little bit more detail. I love the combination of colors that they did on this one. Okay. So that's really beautiful too. All right. And then here, my catalog's like sticking up there for some reason. So here we have something called Fruitful Blessings. So there are other fall bundle options in here, but right now Autumn Leaves is still available. So here you can see the bundle option. They have this really cool corn die cut. I know that that might seem weird. And then this Abundant Beauty Decorative Masks, that's what this is here. So I'm going to show these to you because I thought this was a little bit hidden in the catalog, but I think this is going to add such fabulousness to the projects. And I'll show you the sample card that caught my eye that made me take notice of this. So here we have, this is a houndstooth pattern. So you can create a houndstooth pattern in whatever you would want. We have a snowflake pattern. And let me see, you can probably see it better just against the table, the patterns there. Okay. And this was the one that caught my eye. And this is the multi-leaf pattern. Okay. So just to show those. And I feel like just right here, we're looking at fall, Halloween, and Christmas, or winter. And then this is a step-by-step for sunflowers. Okay, so this is, I'm going to shout out my paper pumpkin friends here. And I talk about this set all the time. It was one of my all-time favorite kits. With they did a sunflowers theme. So if you still have that old kit, or if you have, sunflower patterns or themes that you really love, this is actually a layering stencil set, which is so cool. And we have the notches here, and it actually gives you the steps as well. So there's a little notch right here, and it says the number 1. And then 2. Okay, so 1, 2, and you can kind of see how that's building. And then we have 3. And then here is the notch that says 4. And then you would have that detail on top. And by the time we get to the 4th stencil, it pretty much covers the images, but you can see that that's what the detail element looks like. So you can play and use a variety of browns or a variety of colors there, and just make that your own. But I mean, the thing about a stencil is you could make endless backgrounds. This could be a focal point. I mean, this is really large. So this trio of sunflowers is 4 inches by almost 4 inches. So if you think about like 4 by 4, that's the whole front of a card. Okay. So those are the Abundant Beauty Decorative Masks. And let me see if I can show you that card. That just really stood out to me. I think it's on the next page. But the coloring that they did on those projects, whoever did the Stampin' Blends coloring for these, definitely give that a close-up look at home because, oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. Okay, so here was the card that I was like, how did they do that? How did they do that? And you can see there's that multi-leaf background. Is that beautiful? I just love that. Now, this bundle here is called Rustic Crate. And I have been seeing some really fabulous projects made with this. Now, one thing that I do want to shout out, and I'm so happy they mentioned it here, for those of you who can't get that ribbon that you want for your fall projects, just improvise. And remember, we have this pecan pie or a pecan pie, just depending on how you say it, 1/2-inch bordered ribbon that you could use instead. There are lots of other options for ribbon if you can't get that one, quickly enough. But hopefully that date will change as to when it's coming back in stock. October 23rd is a long time away. So that is the Rustic Crate bundle. And then here you can get a better look at the layering with the sunflowers. So I think that's really incredible. And then it's really nice that they have it right underneath So Sincere, which is just a whole variety of phrases that you can use or greetings for your cards. And any of them would go, of course, with those masks. And it's, they're separate, but just I think it's a nice way that they sort of paired it in the catalog. Okay, them bones. It's no secret for anybody. Hello, my aunt is here. My my namesake. I was named after her. Hello, thank you for being here. So here is Them Bones. So this is the Them Bones suite. This also has hit the back order category for certain items that are not available at this moment. And I will go through and show this to you, but anybody who has been following my 12 weeks of Halloween has already gotten a pretty decent look at this. So let me just go through, and I mean, this right here, do we even need to talk about it? I mean, look at how fabulous these, for anybody who likes Halloween or appreciates Halloween, just so cool. So we have those glow in the dark elements, but these samples are incredible. And then over here, here's the bundle. Now it's the dies, the Bag of Bones dies is what is currently back ordered. So if you still want to order the stamp set, and for anybody who is interested in getting fall or Halloween, I would say don't wait. If you have to wait for the bundled savings, I understand. But my recommendation would be get it as soon as you can. Get whatever pieces you can as soon as you can. And then you could always get the other pieces when they come back into stock later. So if that's important to you, the Bag of Bones stamp set is available. It's the dies that are back ordered. The glow in the dark bats and ghosts is still available. The glow in the dark 6x6 specialty paper has gone on back order, and that one is due to come back October 2nd. So that's still enough time to order it and get it for those projects, but it's a tight deadline with that. So just keep that in mind. The Them Bones designer series paper, which is so fantastic, you guys, that is actually still available. So I would recommend not waiting on this. Do not wait on these elements if you can help it. That is just my personal recommendation on that. Okay. So while we're here, let me just show you a couple of things. So this is from my 12 weeks of Halloween. And this just gives you an idea of, this is literally the suite right here, the Them Bones suite that I have used with this, the stamps, everything, the die cuts, and it's so cute. So this was a slider box card. This video is up on my YouTube channel if anybody wants to see it. That was week 2, I think. And then here is another example from this suite. Okay, so this is the trick or treat. I can't remember if I did an inside or not. I think I did it on this. No, I did not. I must have done it on a different card, but this is also from Them Bones. And I think this was my week 3 video. So just something to keep in mind there. And then also this card. Okay, so here are some samples for you. And then I actually paired this designer series paper with the Songbird Punch and then with the Bottled Happiness stamp set. So again, you can mix and match, and there are a lot of different things that you can do with this. So we're going to be continuing to play with this over the course of the 12 weeks of Halloween. But that is what the status is as of September 6th, which is launch day, which is today. All right. And then you don't have to do Them Bones if the skeleton theme is not your thing, which I have heard from some of you that it's not. You could do the Tricks and Treats bundle, which is really, really sweet. This is one of the ones that's due to arrive today. I'm so sorry I don't have a sample to show you. But here is the bundled option right down here. Now, one of the important things that I want to point out about this die set is that it actually creates these little treat boxes right here, these little treat bags, just depending on what you want to call it. So here are 3 different decorative samples that they have done. And then here are the stamps. So just so many classic Halloween images here that you can play with if you are interested. And this bundle is still available. Now, Pick Up the Patch, I have to say, is one of probably the most popular. I think so many people have gotten this one. I would be very curious if Stampin' Up selling items were on launch day. I would love to hear. This was really popular during pre-order. So if you like that pumpkin vibe, so if you prefer pumpkins and kind of that fall sweetness and not necessarily the classic Halloween, then I would say go with Pick of the Patch. And this bundle is a builder punch and stamp set. These are the stamps that you can see, and then really, really cute card samples over here. Hi, Susan. How are you? Thank you for being here. And then Xana says, them bones. Oh, them bones. I know. I love it too, Xana. I can't get enough. I think it is one of the best sweets that they have ever had for Halloween. I adore it. Okay, so Garden Walk is a little bit of a change of pace in this catalog. So we have been, I would say holiday, 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 right? Just really just this page after page after page. If you don't want something that is specific or traditional, consider Garden Walk. So this is the suite, and here are some samples that they have done here. This has a very heavy floral theme to it. And then over here, you can see this bundle is actually a punch and stamp set here. These pearls are really beautiful. Color combination to me was very unusual. I was very surprised to see this color combo. So you can play with that. But if you like poinsettias, you can see there's a little bit of poinsettia in there. But there's also other flower options. So it does not have to be specific to Christmas. Okay. And there's that. I think that punch is going to be really handy for a lot of different things. All right, here, if you want to get a closer look, you can do that. And then here we have more wishes. So I know that in our annual catalog, we have a similar stamp set that is like wildly popular. So here is the version that they are doing for the More Wishes stamp set. And you can see some of those samples over here where they have these really bold sentiments, and then they combine with the two different fonts, which is really great. New Year wishes, that's great. Merry Christmas, so that's really cool. All right, and then here is translucent florals. I cut out translucent florals, and I cannot find my demo sheet for you. I'm so sorry. So we'll just have to go with the catalog on this one. But one of the best tips that I think is in this catalog is right here, where you can color vellum with your blends and then cut it out, and you can tint it basically whatever color flower you want. I think that is so beautiful. So very unique. And this is the bundle that now has coordinating designer series paper and that special release paper pack. Okay, so good thing to keep in mind there. So you can keep this very simple, or you could really step this up, and they're just kind of showing you some different options there. All right, medley mix. I have to say, I will admit to you, I barely looked at this. I don't even think I paid any attention to this page at all. So this is a really cool stamp set, and I believe that this coordinates with the ink and tiled punch pack. Yeah. So it says right here, it coordinates. So for those of you who may already have that, this goes with it. It could go with it, I should say, if you decide you want to pair it. Okay, so this is page 58, and this is the sort of like a Happy New Year set, but honestly, that could be multiple firework holidays, in my opinion. So you guys can let me know what you think about that. The dies look incredible. So these dies cut into, but not out of paper, and it looks like one cuts out like a full piece there. Here, we have Always With Me, and that is actually really nice. So for those of you who like embossing paste, they took that houndstooth stencil with the embossing paste on crushed curry, and they created this really cool background. But you can see here, Always With Me. That to me is like a little bit of an emotional stamp set. That's really, really pretty imagery. It's very sweet. And then here they just are noting a few different things that you could choose from. Blending brushes, small blending brushes, and then the storage container. And I actually have mine right here, but I'll probably mess it up. So I do recommend this. It is very handy to have it on your table. All right. And oh, so here again, a complete departure from holiday. I was kind of surprised to see this in this catalog, but it is very cool. This one's called Whale Watching. So if you guys don't specifically, celebrate a specific holiday or occasion or anything like that, and you want to go for a great everyday set, then I would say go with whale watching, or if you just love whales or you know somebody who does. And then here they're mentioning the Cheery Patterns embossing folders. So one of those things that tends to be hidden on the inside of a catalog. And you can see they use the wave pattern from those embossing folders. And then here's that circular pattern on these card layers right here. I loved the design of this card. So let me see if you guys can see this. Do you see how they did the same image and they cut it out 9 times? I love repeat layering and designs like that. So that really stood out to me. I might do a card with like inspired by that. They're just shouting out the deckled rectangle dies, and there are circles now. So we'll get there. I think these are the circles actually. So this is called Throughout the Year. So if you want to have a variety of holidays, this one, I will admit to you, kind of snuck past me. I didn't even notice that we have a trick or treat here. Best of luck, be my Valentine. Cheers to you and the new year. Happy Easter. Happy holidays. Yeah, I should have gotten that. Man, see, this is what happens when you start going through the calendar. And then here, here's those deckled circles, the deckled circle dies. So we have this mention here. You can find out more information on page 63. But this, the joy, and then if you're going to be this fancy and wrap your gold, can I even call that silverware? It's goldware. Can wrap that. I mean, then you are next level. And I really admire that about you, because if I showed up at any dinner and this was on my table, I would feel like royalty. And this is the boho blue textured ribbon. So I just had to shout that out because I love that color combination. I think that's incredible. Okay, let's go to the next page. Oh, you can get a much better look at the circles here. Does it no justice on that other page. All right, so year to celebrate. Just wanted to quickly mention this one. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but they do show you some heat emboss here. Really playful card. Love that design. And they have that on 2 different colors of cardstock that overlap. That's really cool. They're shouting out the classic gift card envelopes. So for those of you who are going to be doing gift cards this year, take note on that one. Those are in this catalog. This, I think, is a little, it's not getting enough attention, but it's really beautiful. Cheers to the season. And they did a whole card set here, which we don't always get to see in the catalog, but they did a whole card set. And I think that that's awesome. So just so you can see that. And then of course I have to show you these. Look at how many circles there are. There are 14. Can you even with the layering on that? And that's amazing. Okay. That's an essential in my opinion. Okay. Curved occasions. So this is a punch bundle option, and you could do some playful things with a car, a roller skate, a disco ball, and they have some really cool and unique stamps here. I honestly, looking at this, I wouldn't think that this would go in the, holiday catalog, but they do have a lot of sort of non-specific holiday options. And this one being curved occasions could be any occasion, honestly. Thanks a million. Miss you. Happy birthday. Make today yours. Congratulations. Oh, what happy news. From all of us is always a really important stamp. Warm welcome. Happy dance. That's cute. And you're great. So that's actually a pretty cool set. And then this one is called Warmest Heart Bundle. This one did not appeal to me personally, like the thermos, but it looks like they did it, like they made it really cute and customizable. I do like the Get Well Soon one. I think that's really cool. I like the multicolor pattern here, but I didn't really notice this one when I first went through the catalog. Okay, and that is the end of the sort of, fun things to see in the catalog option. What we're getting into here is more of an index area, and that's okay. We are going to look at it, but just something that I wanted to shout out. So if you want to see the bundle options and you want to see larger pictures of the dies that coordinate with these, this is a great place to look. This index for the bundles starts on page 67. And then pay special attention here where it will tell you what size machine you have. We have a mini, which is a smaller Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and then we have a full size. So our full size is really for those big embossing folders, those really large dies like deckled rectangles or circles. These leaves would be, I would think the full size, but it's saying here that it does fit in the mini. So something to keep in mind. All right, so there are more card samples back here, and they really, whoever did their card samples, I mean, for this catalog in particular, oh my gosh, they did such an amazing job. Let me just see if I can get to the next section here. Love, love, love that blue card too. Okay, so we have our stamp index. We have more stamps. We have our embossing folder index. So if that's something specific that you want to be looking at. Now, here's what I want to shout out. I think these 2 pages are actually really important. It can be hard when you're going through the catalog to kind of understand the concept of a paper share or all of the different papers that you can actually get. So I want to go through that here just really quickly. So there are actually 15 papers in this catalog index. 9 of them are regular designer series paper, and 5, I think, are, it's either 5 or 6 are specialty. So we have A Walk in the Forest, All About Autumn, Berry Christmas, and this, I'm going to go just through designer series paper first. This is that green, the foil sheets, the specialty foil sheets. Garden Walk, Glow in the Dark, the specialty paper, Joy of Christmas paper, Joyful specialty paper, Merry Bold and Bright, Oh Holy Night, Oxidized Copper, Shining Brightly, Snowflake Magic, Them Bones, and Winter Meadow. All of those paper packs are part of my paper share, and that paper share will close on September 10th or earlier, just depending on anything, if anything sells out. And then here we have some other things that you could consider. The gift card envelopes, the Berry Christmas Memories and More packs. There are 2 different packs. The Brush Gold cards and envelopes, which I somehow missed when I was paging through the catalog, but that's one that's worth mentioning. And these nested treat boxes. So you can find them back in the index, and it will tell you where to go if you want to see it on the actual catalog page. So if you want to get a feel for the holiday embellishments in ribbon, come back here and it will show you. It will also show you all of the different punches, because sometimes people get the punches and they don't do the actual bundle. So that's just something to keep in mind too. So as far as I'm aware, all of these embellishments, with the exception of star trinkets, are still available. That one's back ordered until 9/25. And then these are available except copper and natural ribbon, which will be back October 23rd, unless they change that date, that's late. So yeah, I'm not sure what to do about that. Okay, so let's talk about this for a minute. I don't usually focus on this page, but I am going to today, just to go over a few things with you. So Framing Foliage is a host stamp set. And you can see some of the samples that they made here with the host stamp set. You cannot buy the stamp set. You have to earn it by earning host rewards. Okay, so if you have any questions about that, you can let me know. But up here in this little box, I know that a lot of the times we think of this in terms of a party. If you have people over at your house and you earn so much for your party, that was like the old way of, doing these home parties. But now, if you have an individual order that's $150, and on a day like this, on a catalog launch day, that can happen, then you can earn 10% in Stampin' rewards. So in host code rewards, if you have a $150 order before tax, you'll get a $15 host reward credit that you can use. And then that goes up as the number goes up. So 12% for 300, 14% for 450, 600 or more, it's 16%. And when you hit that higher level there, then you qualify for that 50% off item. So that is something to keep in mind, okay? I know that that's not something that maybe we talk about every day, but I did want to point that out because I do want to just shout this out one more time. So for the host code, okay, you would use the host code if it's under 150. If it's over 150, earn those rewards on your own and you just use that. Don't worry about the host code. So just really wanted to, specify that. And I'll go over everything again just in the end for people who are joining late. All right. And then the other thing is joining Stampin' Up! In the starter kit. So this is always in the very back of our catalogs. There's, different things that they mention here. You can be supported. You can make friends. I think community is one of my favorite things about being a demonstrator. But you can actually save money on your starter kit. It's only $99 for the starter kit. You customize it. You choose $125. So if you want $125 worth of product for this catalog, consider joining and you can save $26 and get free shipping on that. Okay. And then once you're a demonstrator, if you want to place any follow-up orders, you would save 20% on that. You would also get access to demonstrator communities and things like that. But again, in the back of the catalog, they have these sneaky little samples and tips. Look at how cute that little gift bag, the little treat bag is right there. I love this. And then they have this card back here too. So if you have any questions about joining, if you want to message me, you can do that. I have all of the links all over my website and everything like that. So here they have all of their disclaimers and lovely things if you want to contact them. And then I love this page. I had to show you guys this page. I know it's the very back of the catalog, but anybody who gets the Christmas paper pumpkin kits, does this not just warm your heart to see this? Over the years, we have collected all of these kits. And whoever came up with this idea to photograph it as a wreath this way, I would just like to virtually hug them because I just think that this is the cutest little paper pumpkin ad. So that said, if you want the September paper pumpkin, the deadline to subscribe is September 10th. But oh my gosh, this is like a walk down memory lane with all of these Christmas kits. I can't wait to see what they come up with this year. But let me see if I can go back to the two-shot look here. Okay. And I don't think I showed them bones. I think I was just talking too much. Oh, I showed the cards, the finished cards. All right. Let me go back to samples. Wish we got them here in me too. So you don't get the paper pumpkin kits in the UK. And I don't know what I did with my hair. I'm sorry about my hair today, you guys. Let's see if I can switch. I think this is the better thing, kind of. Okay. So she says, no, they don't get it in the UK. I think it's Canada. I think it's the US and Canada that get it currently, but I hope that you can. Do you get Kids Collection? I think that you can order Kids Collection in the UK. I've really been loving the kits from the Kids Collection that I have been seeing. I wanted to mention that they came out with the Christmas Everywhere kit collection kit today that just released today, and that's really cute. So if you have anybody in warmer climates, they have like a palm tree, but it's still a Christmas theme. They have a cactus, but it's still a Christmas theme. And then they have the regular Christmas theme in that kit. It was really, really cute. Yes, you can get those. Okay, good. So you can at least get those, but I know what you mean about paper pumpkin. I would be sad about it too. You guys know I love paper pumpkin. Okay, so that is my catalog walkthrough. I'll go through just one more time a few of those bits for anybody who is joining late. But let me go ahead and see if I can go through the banners. So I'm very new to going live on YouTube as well as Facebook. So just be patient with me and bear with me until I figure that out. It's a little bit different than me publishing pre-recorded or replay videos. And if I appreciate all of your comments, and I will be sure to comment back. I'm a little bit behind on that, but I will get caught up. So if you don't know me, let me see if I can find my name up in here. Okay, so my name is Melinda Hart. I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. Let's see. If you want more information, you can go to my blog at stampingwithheart.blogspot.com. That said, my blog posts tend to run one day behind my videos because I post the video on the blog the next day. And I'll try to post it same day today because we're dealing with a catalog launch. If you ever have any questions or you want to reach out to me, you can email me at stampingwithheart@gmail.com. I would be happy to help you with your question regarding, a product, an order, the status of the inventory, joining, anything like that. You can always email me and I would be happy to talk to you. We already talked about the starter kit, so I don't need to do that again. I'll pop my host code up here one more time. So for anybody who is not familiar with the way that my host code works, if you do a host code, if you add it to your order and it's under 150, I will send you a free embellishment as a thank you for using the host code and placing an order with me in the online store. That host code is good from September 1st to the 29th, and I did put the link in the comments if you need it. And then on the 30th, I close out the code and then start a new code for October. So that's just the way that works. You have to use the host code in order to get the free embellishment. And if for whatever reason there's a mistake and you forget, or just email me, reach out to me. But I can't stress enough, use that host code. If your order's over 150, don't use the host code. Keep the rewards for yourself. You'll earn the rewards once you hit 150 before. So there is that. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed this catalog walkthrough. Let's see. Hello. Hi, Teresa. It is an exciting day. She said that she missed my live. I know I'm right at the end here, but hopefully the replay will post soon. Bye, Judith. Have a good appointment. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm going to go as well, but happy catalog launch day. Have a wonderful day, whether you're window shopping, actually creating and making cards. If you already have, some product here, I'm really excited to hear from you. If you place an order, let me know what you got. I want to hear what your favorite things in the catalog are. I think it's going to be so much fun to hear what your favorites are. All right. Oh yeah, that would be great, Teresa. All right. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.